everyone, it's my turn this week to film an update for you. So if you haven't caught up on the news, Chloe and I are merging our channels. We're still going to be on this channel now, and in the next couple of weeks we're going to be changing the name to Fortunate Flossies. That means you guys get more content. So 2 weeks ago Chloe did an update video, then last week we did a Stitch With Us video where we chatted and stitched at the same time. So then today I'm filming my update, so I have some progress on my projects I've been working on, some plans and some haul. I also finally received my on-the-go stitching box from the Black Needle Society, so I'll leave that unboxing till the very end, so very excited for that. Then next week Chloe and I will be back again together. We'll do another Stitch With Me, and then the week after it'll be Chloe's turn to update. So what we're doing is we're doing it this way so that you get more regular videos. You at least get one video a week, regardless if it's going to be an update or then it may be a Stitch With Us. Just, we want to be more consistent, and with us both filming together like this, it just gives us a little bit more pressure and we can give you that schedule. Yeah, so thank you to everyone who has supported us so far with the merge, and to those who are coming over from Chloe's channel. Really appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoy it. And let's get started. So today we are in April, so it's the first day of school holidays for me, and I am very pleased to be on school holidays. We've had a long week, we've had a long term. It's been 11 weeks for our first term of the year, and sometimes those weeks do drag by, and especially being in a new school, there's always those little challenges. But I'm very pleased to be on holidays for 2 weeks, and I get to stitch all day, I get to do things with my family. So it's actually Mum's birthday coming up soon, so we're going to do a day together. Today I learnt how to do my own lace making patterns. So that was interesting, and I need a lot more to learn as well, but that was something different I haven't done before, and I do have a lot of plans for some stitching during these breaks. So hopefully by our next video you'll see a lot more progress than what I've done so far. But let's get started. So first thing we're going to look into is what projects I've worked on, and in the cross stitching committee, if you are new here, we call those WIPs, so works in progress. This one here is in my bag that I bought when I was at the Show Me retreat in 2019. It was made by Judy. She now does the envelope style bags a lot of people are using, but this is one of my favourite bags, and I just love the tropical fish. It reminds me of being up in Brisbane or up in the Gold Coast, where you can then go snorkeling, and just brings up some memories. Coming into this as well, this is the project I worked on for most of March. I did work on one other thing for a little bit, and the reason I worked on this in March is because of WhipGo. Now WhipGo is kind of like a bingo board that Jessie Marie has done for over the last couple of years, and from Jessie Does Stuff on Flosstube as well as on Instagram. And so it's her pet project basically, and it's a way of setting goals that you want to try and complete throughout the year. Now I was okay in January. I finished off my goals in January. I think I might have actually skipped one of those goals in February. I finished one goal, and I have nearly finished the second, not quite. March, nope. No goals. I've finished the goal now, but I still have more to go. I'll insert a photo of my WhipGo board somewhere around here. But for March, we had 2 projects called, and we always get 2 numbers called, and for me, they were actually both the same project. And so they've put a couple of things on my board to get some progress and to get some finishes, and this is one I wanted some not finishes, but I wanted some page finishes. And if you've been following me at all recently or over the years, you would know that I love stitching big projects, and some of those big projects come in the term of Heaven and Earth designs. Now this Heaven and Earth design is a whopper. It's a big one. Most people know it. It's a Stitch in Time by Aimee Stewart. I put a photo in as well, and I am stitching it on 25 count 1/1. This is just on plain Lugana. I don't have the easy grid, and I'll insert a photo in beforehand. Last time you saw this was during my WIP parade, and I had only really done the top 2 pages and about a third of the page underneath. What I have done now is I've had to work on it, and both of my goals in March was to get 2 page finishes. I got 1 page finish just because this project's the matte colour and I do struggle to work on it because there's so many colours and it's confetti heavy. But this is what I've done so far. So if you can see here, we'll just bring it this way. I've done those top 2 pages, and the last time, this month, I was working on this page down here. So I have finished the key completely now. I've done 2 of those hanging lanterns, and I have a tree. And it looks better from back here. You can actually see that tree coming out. But oh my good lord, all of those greens and browns was so much confetti heavy. You probably can see here, that is some of the part threads that I was using. I still have a lot more that I just finished off and didn't park in the end. Now from there I've actually started to go back up, and I'm looking at to the second page I need to do for March. So I've started up here. I was going to be working in diagonal blocks going down, but this one here in this region up the top with the border, there's so many colour changes, and I found on the back it was getting quite bulky, so I've kind of just spanned it out a little bit. So I'm still working in those colour schemes, but I'm just kind of moving out. There's going to be some leaves coming down. We have 2 more books coming here, and then really exciting, on the other side of this page we get to the silhouette and a fan, and I love this piece. So this is what it's so far. You can tell how many part threads I'm dealing with. These are all different colours. There's not a single repeat in that part thread. So you can tell how much confetti I'm dealing with at the moment. And then of course these are my part threads for the next page. So in April I am still going to be working on my stitch in time. Might get another page, I might not, depends how much time during the holidays I do spend on it, but I am working some other things as well at the moment. I'm just going to put it back on the Q-snap, and some days I may want to do with some confetti, some days I may not. Really depends on what I'm in the mood for. Alright, and now the other project that I've been working on so far is not one of my Whip Go projects for this month, but it is on my Whip Go board, and it's my Dancing Butterfly Fairy by Joan Elliott, and it's actually the cover page on here from this book. So this book is called Fairy Enchantments, and it has a whole series of different fairies on the back, and of course that's my butterfly fairy that I'm doing. I have made a couple of modifications on this one. I've decided, I'm just getting a better photo up here. I've decided that I'm not going to be doing like the trails on here on her legs and on her arms, and I'm probably not going to do the antennas as well. I just think they make it look a little bit too busy for my liking, but I will continue with everything else. I've mainly worked on this the last couple of times on my Stitch With Us with Chloe. I thought it was the easiest project that I could get out, that I could work on. I'm keeping all my threads in a 45 pocket floss bunny from Bags Plus, and this one is my Minnie Mouse. I also have the Chronic and just some spare threads in the back there. Now, this fabric here is 32 count Lugana, and it's by Colours Cascades, and it's called Golden Touch, and this is what I've done so far. So I've actually done quite a lot. So you can see here that basically last time you saw it, the bottom 2 pages are done. There's a little bit back stitching to do on the bottom left page, but I'll come back and do that in a bit. And then recently I've just been working on the bodice of her dress. Let's see if I can fold it up, we can see it a bit easier. Here we go. So I've been working on the bodice of her dress, so and I finished off this butterfly. All of her dress here, other than a little bit here, is done. Her bodice is complete, and I'm now starting to work on her hair. And one of the first goal on for my Whitgo board for this one is to get the skin done 101, so that's what I'm about to go and focus on, which is actually really close to being accomplished. So when I actually put it back on the frame. And then the other goal for this one is to finish the top left page, which then basically means I'll have a finish. So I do want to finish this one this year, so I'm just going to keep that out during my holidays, and something that's easy to work on. I've been actually able to use on my Lowry stand, so that one's sitting on my Lowry stand will be back on my Lowry stand in a sec, and I will continue to work on it. Alright, so that's what I've worked on this whole month. I did do an update with Chloe a couple of weeks ago, but that's what I've done so far. So now what we're going to be doing is just talking about some plans that I have, especially during my holidays and leading on throughout April. We're in April now, not March. Still got brain fade from school. One of those things that's coming into is what links back to my Whitgo goals, is that I have another project that's been called for this month, and that is Portrait of Veronica, which is in this gorgeous bag with all these snowflakes, and up here we also have the blue and it shimmers, which fits perfectly. And this is Portrait of Veronica by Mirabilia. I can't see the camera, there we go. So I just look at her dress, it's just so pretty. You can tell I like ladies with lovely dresses. This is Roses of Provence behind me. And here we go. She's going to be in a very similar format. This is being stitched on a piece of 32 count Murano from Crafty Kitten, and it's called Frosted Garden. I started this in December last year, and part of my year of starts basically that I did, and this is what I've done so far. So this is a starting point. We can see here that I've just done about 1,000 stitches on this lovely fabric. It's getting a little washed out, there we go. And my Whitgo goal for April for this one is just to get another 1,500 stitches in. So I should be able to do that probably over one of the weekends in April, because, well, I'm not going to get it finished this year. I do like to work on it and just to give myself a break. Then another project I'm going to keep on my frame during our 2 weeks break is my Gypsy Queen. So you did see this a couple of weeks ago, and I've made heaps of progress on it then. Haven't worked on it since. But this is a project that I really want to finish this year, so it's on my Whitgo board a couple of times. But again, this is on 32 count Jobelin Gold Digger, just normal Gold Digger, and I've done the bottom half. So her dress is basically done. I think I have a little bit more going up into the bodice just to finish, and that was the goal that I wanted to do. I wanted to finish the bodice, and I'm also starting on the skin, and I'm doing that 1/1. So isn't she gorgeous on this fabric? She just pops. All the stitching at the bottom is done other than like the beads that need to come into it. That's including I've done the water lilies, and I've done some back stitching too, which is good to know, so I can just need to come back and fill it in with beads. And I will put her on the frame, and I will continue working on the skin and finishing off that dress. And then hopefully I can continue and I'll get it finished sometime. So it won't be finished by May, because I think I started it in May a couple of years ago. But I'll just keep it out, and I'll keep working on it. It's actually in my mermaid bag from Cricklewood Crossings, and it's vinyl on the front. So they're the 4 things I'm planning on continue to working on throughout April. So just gonna keep trying to plug away at a stitch in time and get us paid, and 2 more page finishes, because it also was called for April. But we'll get there. So I have 2 more pages to do on that, so I'll just keep going. I think it's again I got board for 1 more page, so if it takes me the whole year to get those 3 pages, it takes me the whole year. And then I'll continue to do 1,500 stitches on Portrait of Veronica. I'll keep Gypsy Queen out on my frame, because I'd like to get her rolling and finish her goal and continue to finish her off. And I'll also work on the dancing butterfly fairy. I'll probably put her back on and work on her tonight, just because it's really easy stitching. I also want to get that finished. Possibly I might bring out the stitch I did for my grandparents, Nana, Sheila and Granddad, because there's someone we love. There's a little bit of heaven in our hearts. I call it in our hearts, it's in our home. It's the Glendon Place limited edition. That was 2019 that she re-released this year through the online market. I think that was happening. Because April was, 1, it was Nana Sheila's birthday. 2, it was the month that she died as well, and I can't remember the date, and I'm really annoyed at myself that I can't remember the date that she died. So I'd like to bring it out again sometime during the holidays, just to keep that in memory, because I do want to finish that as well. I have a lot of finishes that I want to do. That's alright. Alright, now moving on to what I've bought, and what I have some gifts as well, a little bit of gift, and then we'll finish off with the unboxing from the on-the-go stitching from the Black Needle Society. But again, first off, I haven't really been buying a lot. I really don't feel like I've been buying a lot. Even though I'm not starting anything, I do continue like looking at the new patterns that are out there. But I don't feel like I'm buying anything because I have a lot already and I want to use that first. However, I went on Stash Unload. The Aussie Stash Unload. So this is the Australian Stash Unload, and I saw a brilliant deal, and I was not going to let that go past me. There was a lady on Stash Unload who was selling off a collection of Silks for You silks, and most of them are the 10 meter skeins of different colours of the months. And she also, for the same, included the price, included a quarter hank. And look at that purple. Thena, Lara, it's mine, not yours, because it's purple and we all love purple. But look at that shine. It is a glorious colour. So that's a part of it. Then there's a whole series. I'm just going to show a couple at a time. We're not going to show you the numbers and things like that, but I'll do them in blocks of 5. Look at these ones. So we have this variegated pastels that go from like blues to yellows and pinks and peaches. A bright yellow. Look at this lovely pink. A red. And then another one here, they've got oranges, blues, greens, and pinks. Alright, this is another set of 10. So actually, I've got lots of pinks and purples here. So we've got a nice brown. Look at this purple. You actually can see the variegation coming through. Have this vibrant pink that changes from a dark pink to a light pink. A brown that changes colour. A different colour pink. So this one's here. And then a darker maroon. So that's another set of 5. This one, oh look at those greens. And then we have some blues. We have like a limey yellow, limey green. Teals, oh they're also really pretty. And then this one is like a variegation of like purples, greens and teals. So again, these are all silks, so this is like a nice blue and purple. And so we got variegated blue, so that changes colour. And we get a lighter blue. Don't ask me to describe names of colours. Look at that purple. And then there's like a violety purple and this cobalt blue. Okay. Next set of 5, we have like a dusty violet and a slightly deeper one that has, again, those shades between the violets. A nice aqua blue. Another like an avocado type of colour green. And a pink. So I'm hoping that within some of my projects I will be able to sub these in, and if I like them, maybe try and find some other colours similar. These ones here, so we have another magenta, this is like a deep purple to brown, another pink, another set of like a variegated violet, and a deeper teal, so like a deeper colour. There are some here that don't have the tags on them, which is fine. I can always take photos of what they are and ask Jo and her daughter what they are. Look at these. I've got yellow, so it's a nicer yellow. I'm not a big yellow stitcher, but always wanting to try. That blue, it's like a purpley blue. That reminds me of fire, that colour. It goes from like reds to yellows and oranges. A mauve, and then another pink. Another vibrant purple, like a mustardy brown. A green that changes colour. A corally red, and this is fun. How that changes colour from like pinks and browns and blues, like pale blues. And then these ones, I'm not sure of what colours they are, but they are, some feel a bit bigger. Hang on. Let's see if we can get some that are about the same. So these are ones that I don't have the tags for, so we have like a green to violet, like a missile, like green, red, not red, green, dark pink and light pink. Blues, like a vibrant blues, again another avocado, again going with the blue, purples and the greens. So they're ones I don't have tags for. I also don't have tags for these ones. These ones are, again, like another different type of green, so it might be good for some leaves. And look at that variegation. Isn't that just fun? Reminds me of like those every flavour Birdie Bot beans that we did in Frogwats. And then these ones are actually slightly bigger. So these, they feel thicker compared to the other ones. Again, a nice shading between the blues and the pinks. Pinks and purples. Thank God I don't have coffee in front of me. Oops. Another one that's got variegated purples and mustardy greens, teals, and a brown. So that was a massive, massive find. I am very happy to have these and to play with them. And oh my God, they're so soft. So soft. Oops. So, massive bag of silks from Silk for you. So I will be having lots of fun subbing those into different projects coming up, and starts and things like that when I do start some things, which I know I said I'm doing no new starts this year. I might break it, but I really want to get some finishes first. Which is a really good lead in. I have a friend who's here in Adelaide. We've done lace together and she's been doing lots of things. And I actually go to her house each week because I help her son and I'm just standing him out in some mass. But she had some Aida that I could take. So this is some plain white 16 count Aida because I found 2 more patterns that had Peter Rabbit in them. And my brother's had 2 kids. Another 2, not my brother. My cousins had 2 more kids. So I've done 2 birth samplers already for him in the Peter Rabbit symbol style. And I have found 2 more. And then out of one of those, I'm going to redo again and stitch for my godmother's son. He and his wife are having a bub in the next couple of months actually. So, and their whole nursery theme is Peter Rabbit. So, is perfect. So thanks Aimee for that. Also, I will put a link down below, but she has started making project bags. So if you're in Australia, well, I'm not sure, I think she'll probably maybe ship internationally, I'm not sure. She has started making project bags and the florals and vintage style prints that she has are absolutely amazing. I'll just grab her shop up so you can see it. It is called Frog and Tink. And she is available on Etsy and she has many different styles of bags. Some are 11 by 11, some are 14 by 14, 12.5 by 12.5, and she's also started making some small ones about 9.5 as well. And we've been I get all sorts of photos during my school time about these bags. So here we are. So look at all these fabrics. I love this one. This one's like one of my favorites. And she's been quilting them as well. And just the professional way that she's set these photos out is gorgeous. Just look at them. Her colours and how she's coordinating her fabrics is stunning. And she is improving them all the time. So I'll put the caption below again, but that shop is Frog and Tink, and just go and check them out and support her because she's having an amazing time doing those. Last thing we're going to go through is my unboxing of the On The Go Stitching by the Black Needle Society. Now I know many people have already done their unboxings, but I got my box today after a month. But mine kind of did the opposite of being on the go and kind of stood in Chicago for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. But it's here, and I'm going to show what's in here, and I have not looked, so you'll see my reactions. But that's this box here by the Black Needle Society. I'm a VIP. They have capped subscriptions for the moment because their business has just gone boom. But yes, this is my first chance at opening it and looking at it. Ooh, we always get given our brochure. So, and on the back we have a photo challenge. So I'm not going to look at the photo challenge at the moment. I'm just going to show you the lovely cover art. And we also have on the back people who have done the photo challenge and see if your name is up there, because they do quite often use your names from there. On this side, I'm not going to look at this bit here, we have a blurb about Katie and Lara, as well as the next box that's coming out, which is the pirate stitching box. And that's going to come in July. And then on the other side is all the spoilers, which I am not looking at. You can look at it, but I'm not looking at. And we are going to get started with this unboxing. So, as you can see, I haven't opened it. And you can see the crinkle in there still. So my crinkle's in there. I haven't done anything with that so far. On the top. Ooh. Oh, that's super cool. This is a bag. And it says, "It's always an adventure with you," by Winnie the Pooh. That is gorgeous. And we've got a zipper, and it's nice and plain on the back, and the zipper's in on the back, in the middle. Words. That is really nice. And it's a nice Notion style bag, but if you have any small projects, you can use it as well. That is super pretty. And what do we have here? We have a floss ring with the floss cards that are different travel, and they're like a nice thick card. I think these are maps, maybe? But there, look at these. So we've got this one. Like different street names. Really nicely made. That's cool. So you can hang your flosses on them. Especially if you're using like hand-dyed floss or some of those specialty flosses, or even like the silks for you. That's cool. And a floss ring. I struggle with these some days, but I got it open. I'm going to put them together so I don't lose it. Oh, cool. Thank you. They're super cute. I see everyone all the time that have all the different floss rings and the pretty jewelry you put on them, and I'm like, I want them some days. Oh, what's this? Okay. It's wood. Flosstube anywhere and everywhere. It's 2 pieces of metal. They go together like this. It's a phone stand. That is super cool. So you can sit your phone on it, and there's even a spot underneath so you can charge your phone. That is brilliant. Like, you don't want to keep holding your phone all the time, especially if you're watching things, or, yeah, no, that is brilliant. So you can sit your phone on there. And your phone can charge in the middle, or if you are like me, you have headphones. That is super cool. And that is well made too. I will take a photo and show what it looks like, but it's actually sitting up. But that is well made, and you can easily take that away and just store it if you were heading off somewhere. Girls, you are ingenious. What the? Just remember to put the wood bit in front, because otherwise you're a bimbo like I am. That is super cool. Ooh. Specialty floss. Wonder what it is this time. I always love the packaging. This is the packaging. I keep forgetting to show it to you. Ooh. Oh, it's by Be Stitch Me. That's new. I haven't had anything from them before. It's called Bouquet, and it's 8 yards. And look at that variegation. So we go between like a blue and then a pink and greens, and that is super cool. That is definitely completely out of my comfort zone, but that's gorgeous. A protein puck, plant-based energy. So it's like a bar, and it's gluten and vegan. So that's good for people who have allergies. It has peanut butter, almonds, oats, cranberries, and sunflower seeds. I'll have to try that one day. Ooh, what's this? Get rid of the crinkles. Oh my god, this is a wallet? Are you serious? I'd rather be buying cross stitch. And you can see it's cross stitch around the edges as well in a pattern. Oh, that is gorgeous. Look at that. Got a wallet. Sorry, fiddly fingers. That is super cool. I am probably going to exchange out my wallet, and I'll be using this because I do need a new wallet soon. And it has room for cards as well as coins. Ooh, super cool. I'm going to put that. Ooh, what's this? Oh, it's a tote bag, I think. And it says, I went to my craft room and all I got was this tote bag. So I went to the craft room. Yeah, craft room. And all I got was this bag. That is super cool. And I bet you Katie designed that. I love their tote bags. I use them all the time for like storing different things that I have around the house. Oh my god. They are pretty. And they're rainbow. And they fold, I think. I think I have a pair very similar to this. Haha. Look at these scissors. So they fold apart and they've got like that metallic rainbow. And they already have a hole at the bottom. So you can put a scissor fob on there. I need to make some more scissor fobs. And then let's see. Cool. Don't they look like glasses? That's super cool. Thank you. I'm always looking for new scissors. They're gorgeous. Exclusive needle minder. Needle minders are one of my favorites, and I love them if I can actually get into it. Okay, I've read that as resisting is actually resting stitch face. That's super cool. And the magnets are nice big thick magnets on the back, so they are very strong to hold your needles. But resting stitch face. Don't interrupt me when I'm stitching. Yeah, then that's cool. Not resisting, resting. And one left. Ooh. What is this? I might need to read the spoiler card for this one because I am not overly sure. Oh, it's suede on the middle. I'm guessing it might be one of those trays that it has blue leather on the back, on the outside. And if I clip these together, maybe. Alright, if I clip them together, I get a hexagon shape. That is a tray. It's actually quite sturdy, which is good. What is this? Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. And you can see there's a ruler on there, so you can do your stitch gauge. Is that supposed to be a bracelet? I don't know. Oh, look. It fits as a bracelet. I have a tiny wrist. Fits as a bracelet. I can use it as a bracelet. I'm guessing so. But that's super cool. That's a nice sturdy tray. And the last thing in here is the Ink Circles pattern by Tracy Horner, I think she is. And it's called Half the Fun. Now I think this is about the only thing I've been kind of seeing on Instagram. But as soon as I kind of see it, I kind of shut my eyes and scroll past. But look at that. That is fun. So on here we have cars and boats and helicopters and bicycles and hot air balloons. What else can I see in here? Bus, rockets. What are those things that are like at Disney World that you hang and they you go from like airport to Disney Hollywood Studios? What are they called? I can't remember. They've got them on here as well. Carriages? Something to do with carriages? Maybe? And so this has been stitched with charcoal by Gloriana, and there is no fractionals or specialty stitches. They tell you exactly how many stitches there are in it, and it's only 115 by 115. I think there's quite a few people stitching this at the moment, from what I can see as I'm trying to ignore Instagram. But wow, that is amazing. So let's get back to the spoiler card and see if I've missed anything or what things we're buying. Okay, so the Stitch Face Needle Minder was designed by the Black Needle Society, so that's Katie and Lara. Katie does lots of the designing. Concentrating a little too hard on making those X's look perfect. Frowning at your pattern? Don't worry. Anyone who catches a glimpse of this badge inspired needle minder has been warned. You've been warned now. Don't mess with anyone who's stitching. Then we had the silk. Is an exclusive silk by Bee Stitch Me, and it's dyed exclusively to for the March box. These boxes. Okay. Here is a granola bar. So this is what it is. It's a protein puck. Wanderlust granola bar by Protein Puck. So these are some of the details I didn't have before. Don't forget to fuel up for your journey. Snack on this certified gluten-free and vegan granola bar, aptly named Wanderlust. That'll be interesting to try. Craft Room Souvenir Tote. And it's actually by Abby Magala. I'm sorry, I am not pronouncing the name right. We couldn't help ourselves with this tongue-in-cheek phrase. We hope you enjoy the souvenir t-shirt inspired tote bag. So that was this one here. I went to the craft room and all I got was this bag. These are the map floss card set by the Black Needle Society. Don't keep checking your pattern for your floss symbol and colour combination. Simply note it on the back of these cards to make your travel stitching experience smoother. Then these are the travel scissors, so they were curated by the Black Needle Society. Running out of room for your accessories pouch, these collapsible scissors are the perfect way to save some space. Also safe to pocket if you need to. Then, now this is cool. Took me a while to figure out what it is, but this cool. Wooden device / pattern stand. Oh, it could be a pattern stand. Why didn't I think of that? Use this wooden stand to either watch Flosstube from a mobile device or to hold your current whip pattern upright while stitching on the go. Duh! Why do we always want one of these? And I just love how easy it is just to take off. So before, when I had it on, I put the hole on the wrong side so you couldn't actually put your cord through, but it just slips together like that. Genius. Then we have the Winnie the Pooh accessories pouch, designed by Hey Atlantis Creative. We love to keep a go bag with some of our can't stitch without accessories. We hope you enjoy this Fox leather accessory pouch for your on the go bag. And this is one of my favorite things. The wallet, cross stitch wallet designed by Blanca Designs. Who needs groceries or clothes or anything else really? Wouldn't you rather be pulling out your cash for cross stitch? Very true. Except we don't really have any really good stores here in Adelaide, but very, very true. Been so envious of the ladies who were able to go on the road trips around the LNSs. I wish. Now, this is the leather ruler bracelet. So yes, it is a bracelet. Great to know that. It's curated again by the Black Needle Society. So this cute fashion accessory is also useful for small measurements. Use it to start a project on the go. So you can use it as a bracelet, but you can also, like, if you're ever going out to the store and you don't have a measurement with you, you can just use this to measure. Now, this one is a collapsible notions tray by Foam Brain Games. Perfect for storing loose threads while traveling and other stitching accessories. Very true. Very true. And last, we have Half the Fun pattern designed by Ink Circle. So that's this one here. We asked Tracy to design a monochromatic piece for this easy travel stitching for this box. It definitely ignites our wanderlust. Can you spot your favourite ways to travel in this pattern? I hate flights. I hate heights, but I love to go to fly by trains because I hate heights, but I love flying by plane because it means I can get to places that are not as easy to get to. But I also love having holidays on cruise ships, and I miss traveling. But just really do miss traveling, and we are not going to be able to travel in Australia for a while due to all the things that's happening around the world, as we know, because of COVID. So, can't travel, unfortunately. And I can't even actually risk going interstate at the moment due to my job, because if there's anything that happens that they close the borders and then actually backtrack the date, I'm done for. I can't use my sick leave for 2 weeks of that. So I'm just staying at home and stitching a lot and doing it at home, or retreating down to a friend's place and stitching down there because I can. Yeah, that's all I've done so far. So I've worked on 2 projects. I have 4 projects I want to plan to work on for the rest of the month. Chloe and I will be back for another video next week. We're going to do another stitch with us, so we'll love any of your questions that we want to speak about or that you have. We're happy to answer anything about those, so if you do have questions that you would like us to answer, put them down below and we'll answer them on next week's video. And then Chloe would be back the week after for her update. We would really like to thank everyone who has supported this change. You will see in the upcoming weeks that we will change the name to Fortunate Flossies. And I really thank everyone who watches both my videos as Chloe videos, putting us together. And maybe if you do have a channel or you do have an Instagram, could you also just let people know that we're doing this? Because in a couple of weeks the name will change and I don't want people to go, oh, but where did that person go? We're still here, same channel, just changing the name. But I hope everyone is having a lovely April, starting to plan everything ready for May, because I know it goes a little bit hectic in May, especially coming up to Stitch Sania or Stitch Mania, whichever one people do. But main thing is everyone stay healthy, stay safe, and keep on stitching.